Alright, motherfuckers, we back. This is the 2 Cents You Call It podcast.
One time for the one time.
I am your host, X, and I'm here with my brother from another mother, my co-host, Dub. What's happening?
What's happening, brother?
Hey, man, you know what it is.
You know, back on a Friday night for episode number 29.
29, almost 30.
Hey.
Dirty 30, what we going to do for Dirty 30?
We're going to have to do something.
We're going to have to invite some ladies.
Something big for
We're going to have
for the 30.
I mean, chill out.
You childish. As always, we appreciate everybody listening.
Hey, what's up,
Thank you for
Psychologist?
coming to our show again.
Yes, thank you.
As always, please like,
share,
comment,
subscribe.
And that would be on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
We are also on the other platforms for your listening pleasure. We got Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. Let me tell you, if you are going to listen on any of those platforms, please still go over to YouTube and like the video and comment, because we want to hear from y'all, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the shot callers out there, man. Y'all been rocking with us since episode number 1. I know we got a few people, man, that do not miss an episode, and as soon as we release it,
they own it.
Yeah, they hear like a day, either the day of or a day later. And I always get a text message. So shout out to y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all.
Text messages. I'm going to go talk to my cousins. They don't even be supporting me.
They said, man, they ain't trying to hear that shit.
Say, fuck all that.
Housekeeping rules, my brother. What's in your glass?
Nothing's in my glass tonight. You know, this is going to be a first. Now, I'm just going to do a Tatiana with coconut rum.
You know,
tonight.
somebody. I was talking to one of the shot callers, and they said, if this Negro drink another Tatiana.
Oh, let me tell you, this is Tatiana got me in trouble. This is how I started on my way to alcoholism in
to rock bottom.
In rock bottom,
that was on the way.
Yeah, that was a pit stop.
You still got to tell that story one day. We gonna get to it one day.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that on 30.
Okay.
Rock bottom. That'll be that one.
We might do that, man.
It might be tonight because we talking about all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but what you drinking over there, man? You know, I go on my tangents and stuff. That shit seemed wild. He was like, "Hey, you better ask me what the fuck I'm drinking over here." What you drinking, man?
I'm keeping it simple, man. It's been a long week. I've been doing a lot. I was supposed to make a drink for tonight, but it just didn't quite happen because I've been busy, and we'll get into that. So tonight is just a standard, man. Whiskey and ginger ale.
Hey, man. So how they calling you, telling you that I can't drink another Tatiana, but you be drinking whiskey and
ginger ale all the time?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This about some bullshit. Right, this I got my yak.
That yak. Yeah, man. How was your week?
My week was pretty boring. Had my head down working and stuff. If y'all don't know, Dub likes to do video calls with our group every day.
Yeah, we got a group of friends that we video call.
And I was like, hey, my head's down.
Let me tell y'all, he sent out a disclaimer, and I was like, this
you knew exactly who the fuck I was talking
to. You know how you be at work and somebody sends a blanket email, but it's really for one person? That's what the fuck he did to us, man. He sent us a group text message and was like, hey, have my head down working today, so I won't be answering any video calls. I was like, the petty part of me wanted to be like, bitch, I'm about to video call right now.
But yeah, man, other than that, man, I was just working this stuff.
You actually pissed me off because I called you that day.
Which day?
The day that you said you wasn't answering any video calls. Because I actually had something to tell you, and then I forgot what it was.
I called you back later that day, didn't I?
You did not. No, you didn't.
I have a feeling like we talked that day.
We did not. But I had something to tell you, and I don't remember what it was. So there you go.
If it was meant to be, we'll let it go, and it'll come back.
Yeah, man. What else happened in your week? That was pretty much it.
Getting back into advisor mode and stuff. So
yep.
I was back on the college campus and stuff. Trying to get some things going. It's still kind of weird because it's just been like I haven't been there in like 2 years now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When the pandemic started.
Pandemic started 2020.
2020. Yeah. So it's been a God. Getting old and shit.
man.
And I talked to you about that the other day when we was just walking and shit. I was like, hey man, my stream ain't as strong as it used to be. You know, I'm getting old.
Getting old.
Yeah. Other than that, man, I drank again this week. I drank a couple of times this week.
You been getting some good sleep.
Hey, well, I've been trying out this Nugenex. So you say Nugenex, the testosterone. But it has it's like the PM one.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to burn some fat in my sleep.
So how's that working out?
It usually, I usually do pretty good on it and stuff. I was doing it before, and I got off it because I tried a different one and stuff. But it has the melatonin and stuff, and it's supposed to promote
Now, does it make
sleep.
Does it make you hot? Do you sleep hot?
I don't sleep hot, but I do sleep horny.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that's been a rough week. But this week I had some weird dreams and stuff. I think we had just came back from eating something, and like in my dream, I shitted on myself. I think it's because I was gassy and I was farting in my sleep.
Yeah.
And you know how you get that one, you be like, oh, I don't know if that's
you sharted.
Yeah.
It's a shart.
And
And for people that don't know what that is, that's a shit fart.
yes. And you know, I woke up and I was like, I had to check myself because in my dream this shit like ran down my leg and everything and stuff. And I was just walking around.
You was having a bad day.
I was walking around with it, and I had put shorts on, and I like cleaned myself up in the bathroom, but I didn't clean my legs, so I had like brown crusted on my leg. It was. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I just ate something weird.
Bro, what are you going through over there?
I do not know what is. So my dream, what do you call them people? Interpreters.
Yeah.
What does it mean when you shit?
When you shit, you shit in your dreams?
Yeah. Man, how was your week, man?
My week was pretty good, man. I talked last week about how I was gonna do a little bit of traveling this week, which I started off. The first trip was I left Thursday.
Yesterday?
Oh no, I left Tuesday.
Okay.
And got back this morning. So I'm gonna first tell you about the trip because it was a good trip. Just went to visit a couple of people. Had a good time, man. But to end it, which was this morning, I ended up walking 4 miles drunk. It was not a
Okay.
It was a struggle, man. So
Walking
end
4
up
miles drunk.
Let me tell you.
This sounds interesting.
It is. Ended up going out last night to a bar, a little dive bar, and you know had a couple of drinks. Jameson was flowing, and got pretty lit.
Okay.
And so I was riding with a friend. They dropped me off back at my hotel, and I ended up leaving my phone in the car. So this is problematic for a couple of reasons. Number one, my phone is also my wallet.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's when mine first went. So
yeah. So at this point, I don't have any ID. I don't have any credit cards. I don't have my room key. And I don't realize it until I get back up to the room.
Damn.
So I come back down.
And you can't call nobody.
Can't call nobody. So I come back down to find out that they have already left, and I have no way of contacting them because don't have anybody's number. And yeah, so couldn't do that. So I have the bright idea. I'm like, okay, well, number one, I had my work phone with me.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, you know what I'll do? I'll just get a Lyft or Uber to their house and, you know, handle it that way. Well, you know, on Lyft or Uber, when you try to sign in, they send you a confirmation code via text message. So I couldn't sign into either one of those. So I'm stuck there. So then I have the bright idea. I'm like, okay, well, let me log into my Instagram and let me try to call them from my Instagram. So I log in. I get logged in. I'm calling. No answer. I'm like, well, fuck. At this point, they're probably asleep. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm staying at the hotel. I'm like, let me hit up the shuttle and see if I can get a ride. Because they only stay like 4 miles away from where I'm staying at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Dude behind the front desk is not trying to help me at all. I'm sitting here telling him the whole story. I'm like, hey, man, I promise, you know what I'm saying, I can Cash App or Zelle or pay anybody I need to, you know what I'm saying, to get this ride because I don't have anything on me right now. Dude was not trying to hear it. Wasn't trying to help me at all. He was like, man, the shuttle can only go to the airport. I was like, oh, okay. So
Damn.
that was out of the question. So I'm like thinking. And I'm like, at this point, it's like 2 or 3 in the morning. Now my flight leaves at 8, which means I
Damn.
have to be at the airport probably around 6:30.
Okay.
So I am like panicking. I'm like, what am I going to do? Because I cannot miss this flight for a reason that I'm going to get into for the rest of the, the other event that we had today. So I'm like, man, what am I going to do? So at this point, nobody's trying to help me. It's 3 in the morning. I'm like, I don't really have another option. I got to walking that 4 miles.
Hell no.
Drunk in the cold. It's like in the 30s on the East Coast. So I'm walking. Oh, the story gets better. So I'm walking. I walk all the way. By the way, my brother, my hamstrings and my shins are on fire today.
They should be.
I've done all my cardio for the week. I don't want to hear shit
So
about
you
cardio.
had a full week of it because you just did a march.
Yes. Yeah. Just had a parade last week. So I finally get to their house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like ringing the doorbell, banging on the door, like, trying to get somebody to answer the door. At this point, my friend that dropped me off is completely asleep, like out of there. Well, his roommate thinks somebody's trying to break in.
Oh, wow.
And calls the police.
Oh, damn.
So I'm on the East Coast, 3 in the morning, just walked 4 miles, cold as shit, and I don't have any ID on me.
He's looking crackhead.
Out here looking crazy, man. So man, the police get there, and I try to explain the situation, and finally somebody comes to the door to get so I can get my phone. So I finally get my phone, and I'm like explaining to the police. They ran, they asked me my name and everything. I give them my license, and they run, all of my information. The only thing, I know this was the only thing that saved me, was my affiliation with a certain organization, because I had my other ID on me. And I promise that was the only thing that saved me, because after that, like, they was cool about it. They even gave me a ride back to my hotel. The police even gave me a ride back to my hotel. So ended up, it ended up being not such a bad situation other than the walking 4 miles, because let me tell you, brother, I was in jeans and a button down.
Let me tell you. Well, let me ask you a question. So, when you went up to your room where you noticed you didn't have your phone, why didn't you just call your phone?
I did. I called it multiple times.
Oh, and they didn't answer.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought about that.
I was about to say, why you just do that?
Yeah. So after all of this, man, I end up getting back to my hotel probably around 4:30, 5 o'clock. And at this point, I only have time to pack and head out to the airport. So, yeah, completely running on fumes. Finally make it to the airport. Get back in town. And in true me fashion, it's a run as soon as I touch down, because we had a funeral to go to today that started at 11.
Yeah.
My flight landed at 10:20.
Okay.
So I went straight from the airport, caught a Lyft, and went to go pick up my car, and then drove to the church. And luckily, I've been doing pretty well at planning ahead, brother. I had everything in the car, everything I needed for the funeral. I got dressed in the parking lot. So
Okay. Okay, I was wondering, like, did he just get out the shower or was he hot? Because I saw the back of your head sweating.
let me tell you, brother, I was trying to move as fast as I could because the funeral started at 11 and I didn't get to my car until 11, and the funeral was on the other side of town, so I had to drive out that way. And by the time I got there, I was like, well, got to change. So I'm changing in the church parking lot in my drawers.
Well, at least you had it, man. I mean,
But yeah, everything worked out. Walked in just in time.
Yeah.
I actually had to read the resolution. Brother, two things. I want to say that I appreciate you being there with me because that's the first time I ever read the resolution, and it was definitely, I was nervous.
I mean, brother, you do a lot of public speaking.
Yes, but funerals are different.
It's because you had to read.
No, I'm I'm okay with that because I mean we do events all the time where I have to read.
It's because I had to read last night and I was struggling. What was it? Something. It was a word that it was
That you kept
fucking my ass up.
Let me tell you, not only was it my first time, reading a resolution at a funeral, I had literally because somebody else prepared the resolution. They sent it to me. I literally opened the email as I'm walking in the church. So
Oh, wow.
it was literally my first time looking at it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take a page out of the Baptist Preacher book. I'm going to read very slowly with emphasis. So it sounds like I know what I'm doing. And it sounds like I'm really into this, but I'm really just trying to make sure I don't fuck up none of these words.
Well, brother, you did well. You did.
I
well.
appreciate it, man. It was a struggle, but I am glad that everything did work out because for a moment there I was like, two things. I was like, number one, I don't even know if I'm gonna make it because I am running on fumes. Like I haven't had any sleep. I'm agitated. My anxiety's all over the place. So it did cross my mind to not go at all, and
I thought you were already there
no.
because I was looking and I was like, okay, maybe he's in there with the family and stuff like that.
No.
And then that's when I hit you up. I was like, do we have a resolution
Yeah.
and stuff? And then I was like, oh, he back there.
Yeah, I had just walked in and walked in right on time because the last person was up doing a resolution. I just walked in right behind her and I was like, hey, brother, come up here with me because I am nervous and I'm hot. So, but yeah, it worked out, man. But I felt like it was definitely an event I felt I couldn't miss. And shout out to our brother, man. I'm not even gonna put his name out there because I know he's very private when it comes to his family life and everything.
Yeah.
But brother, I want to tell you that we love you, man, and we got
Definitely.
your back. This is something that you definitely don't have to go through alone.
We've both been there.
Yeah, we have. And the thing about it is, so he lost his grandmother, and we was talking, leading up to it because I can remember when, I was going through that situation with my grandmother, and as we were talking going up to it, he kept saying, "Yeah, we know it's coming. We've been preparing for it, so I think we'll be okay."
Yeah.
And I'm letting him know, I'm like, brother, just because it's coming doesn't mean it hurts any less.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's gonna hit you at some point.
At some point, it always hits.
Yeah, and I'm like, when it does, man, just take that time. One of the biggest things, and I told you earlier about that, this is somebody that I've never really seen show a lot of emotion like that. And to see them break down, bro, like completely lose it, like if I could cry, I probably would have. Because it was, it just, grief comes in a lot of different ways. And when it's somebody that's completely, special in your life, somebody that's been there for you for so long, and it just comes and it hits you like that, you know, you never know how you're gonna respond.
Yeah.
And you know, it was definitely. I'm definitely glad we could be there to support, you know, them and the family, and you know, just kind of be a shoulder to lean on. So I'm glad we were there, brother.
I am too. Random thought. I'm like feeling on my head because my hair growing in. My hairline is completely destroyed.
That is where you decided to go right now.
That's where I went. I'm sorry. It was bothering me.
I'm looking at your stupid ass. I'm like, he must be in deep thought over here. And
no, I was at first, and then it caught up to me. I was like, God, like, ooh, Jesus! I'm glad I decided to make that change. When I did,
something is.
I look like a raggedy bitch.
Raggedy. Nah, man, but
definitely, it's important to be there for the people that are there for you.
Yeah.
And this brother, he's definitely been there for me. He was there right around the time that I hit my rock bottom, and it did a lot to keep my mind off of that and go to certain places and stuff. So anytime, you know, I celebrate, I try to see what he's doing and if he's available and stuff like that. So it goes a long way.
It does.
And to make sure that you don't have those one-sided friendships where somebody's always leaning on you for support and using up your energy, and you not putting the same energy back into the relationship.
Yeah, and I always say that, man. It's like, even like I said, even in the midst of just feeling like I feel like I did not have it today. Like, I feel like I was running out of gas, but it was something that I knew that I needed to be there for. It's something that I knew I had to do. So I'm glad that we were able to make it happen, man. You just fucked that up.
I did.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to make that happen, bro. I was going somewhere with that, and
hey, brother,
I definitely lost it.
Passing my superpowers on to
you. Yeah, I was definitely going somewhere with that, but you know,
I'm sorry that my terrible pouring and everything messed you up.
Yeah, you definitely fucked that up. But yeah, that was it was good. You know, that was that.
You were saying that it was good that you decided to come.
Yeah. But we got done with that. That's where I was going with it. I got to see. Went to the funeral. I mean the burial site that we went to is also the burial site for most of my family. Everybody's there, and went to go see my grandma and my grandpa. Man,
how was that, man?
It was good. Hadn't seen them in a while. I actually hadn't been in that cemetery since the last time I cried, which was November 22nd, 2014. That was when my uncle was. We buried my uncle that day. So that is actually the last time that I had been in that cemetery. So I went to go see my grandma and my grandpa, and you know, it was really good. I usually hate going to the cemetery just because I don't like the way it makes me feel. But I was actually, I think I had a proud moment because I was dressed up in, you know, my suit, and I'm named after my grandfather, and so he left me I have a couple of his heirlooms. Like, one of them is a custom tie bar with our first name on it. So I don't know. It meant something for me to, you know, be dressed and dapper and be wearing something of his. And, you know, I always have his dog tag with me. So yeah, man, I aspire to earn the name every day. So definitely glad that had that, you know, them in my life for a while. Grew up knowing them and knowing the love of grandparents, man. So,
man, I just thought about something.
What?
I do not know my grandfather's name on my biological father's side.
You know, I don't on my dad's side, I don't know either one of my grandparents' name.
I don't either. That's why. Well, I think both of them passed before I was born. I believe. But still,
Probably something we should know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him because I've recently got
23andMe.
back in touch with my biological father.
Yeah.
And my older brother and stuff. And we got a group on Facebook that we talk. So, I mean, let me just put this caveat out there right now. If you have a chance to know your parents, even if they haven't always done right by you, try to make it work, at least for the sake of learning your history and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll get into forgiveness and all this stuff a little
Yeah,
bit
man.
later.
Well, current events. We got a couple of current events for this week. You brought a couple of them to my well. First of all, let's get the elephant out the room.
Hey, brother.
NFL week 1 of the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Pissed me the fuck off.
Hey, we talked about it, and I said, hey, I don't think y'all going.
And I said that last week. I said, we played the 49ers. And I'm always on the fence with the 49ers.
Shout out to D.
Yeah, shout out to D. Because, I got a cousin that plays for the 49ers. So I'm always at odds because when the Cowboys and the 49ers play, because obviously my favorite team versus my family. So, yeah. And I said going into the game, I don't feel good about that. I
don't feel so good, Mr. Starks.
I was thinking that we would have definitely had a better chance against the Cardinals versus the 49ers because I just didn't see the Cardinals beating us twice. We owed them an ass whooping, so I wanted to pull them first round. And when I saw it was the 49ers, I said, I'm not confident. I'm not confident about that. And that proved to be true.
Proved to be right.
Yeah, so.
I mean, it started off really bad. I was like, I didn't expect this. And then
see, that's
got closer at the end.
I think, and maybe that's a coaching issue because we never start off well. Like if you look at the games this season, like we always want to come back and win the game, or always want to come back and lose at the end. And I'm like, that's gonna catch up to us in the playoffs, and it sure as hell did in the first round.
Well, my brother got a big old comfy couch over here to sit on with the Saints.
Oh, football season is over for me.
But my Titans play tomorrow, number 1 seed.
Well, have fun with that.
I'm looking forward to seeing if we can make it to the Super Bowl again
and
win this time.
Well, have fun with that. But I'm rooting for everybody black, and it is a black man that is trying to buy an NFL team and be the majority owner of a team. Yes. You brought this to my attention.
I did. Damn, I forgot his name. I should know this.
I wrote it down. It's Malik McDowell.
No, that's not him. That's the other brother.
What?
That's the other brother that's in the NFL that was running around naked.
Oh, okay. So who? I asked you what the owner's name was.
I told you the owner's name.
No, that you told me his name was Malik McDowell because I made the joke that is he gonna have a McDowell's in the stadium?
No, that's because we was talking about the.
Well, you fucked all of this up.
Fuck all of this. Well, Dub had the jokes on deck and he talked about the wrong man.
X fucked up our docket.
But yeah, so we just gonna keep on talking till I start researching some shit.
Well, long story short, there's a black man that is trying to buy an NFL team, and NFL team. Did I fuck that up?
I thought you said NFT team.
No, but for people that don't know why that's a big deal, there ain't no black owners.
Robert Smith.
Okay.
Robert Smith, yeah.
So yeah, that's a big deal, man. Now
I believe that's the same guy that was paying for people to go to Morehouse.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's what's up. Do you think they're gonna let him do it?
Let is a strong word.
And you know why I say it? Because every time
it's a good old boy club.
And every time, because every time you see a black man
You about to have some Jello pudding pops come out the closet.
You know how it works, man. You know how it works. So I'm definitely hoping man, that would be major for the sport, major for the culture. I'm definitely hoping that they allow it to happen because
I'd have a third team that I support.
Oh yeah, I would, man, all day, all day. You know who I actually support? And I hate that I support them because they have more championships than we do. Who's
that?
The Steelers.
Okay. Because of Mike?
Yes. Yes, and I don't care what you say about him.
Coach Omar Epps.
Yeah, I don't care what you say about him, man. That man is a winner.
He is.
And I support what he does, man.
That's actually my pops is. That's his favorite team. But,
Okay,
he also roots for the Saints too, because
he trash. So
anyway,
yeah. Okay, so now we can get on the now. What happened with the naked man? Is that Malik McDowell?
that's Malik McDowell.
Okay, so what
He
happened?
plays for the Browns, or he played for the Browns. I don't know if they
Probably
they
not
got him cut
anymore.
him. But brother, he ran up in a children's learning center and attacked a police officer. Meat just shrinking,
Buck ass naked.
buck naked, and came out today that he doesn't remember any of this.
What was he on?
I do not know. They haven't said, but I saw some people saying, "Oh, this is CTE too, huh?" And it's like, nah, he was on this shit.
He was on that shit.
He was in Florida, so they got them bath salts and shit down
Man,
there where
say.
they be trying to eat people's face off.
Let me tell you, drugs are bad. Okay, stay away from that shit, man. Okay, stay away from that shit.
Hey,
You know, you know how
he needs some milk.
you know how fucked up you gotta be to be buck ass nude and not remember it.
Hey, brother, you know who you talking to?
Yeah, but
Because I don't remember who I was sending my meat to.
man, that you had to be on some
Had to
crazy,
be gone as fuck.
bro, some crazy shit.
Out of your fucking mind.
Speaking of crazy shit, you brought another story to my attention.
Yeah, man. That's why we can't be roommates.
Well, we could never be roommates because you be living in the trap.
I live in the trap. So I tell myself I was gonna do better this year. So I've been doing a little bit by a little bit.
Let me tell you, I would never fucking. X couldn't even stay at my house for a weekend. The way his shit be cluttered up.
Well, brother, you stayed at my house for a weekend.
Yeah, it was a struggle.
But we
too.
was snappy at each other by the end of the weekend and stuff. I can't do that. Ladies, you hear this? You got to deal with my mood swings and shit.
we both get moody, so that we could never live together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened?
So in New York, I think it was Staten Island. This guy he ended up stabbing and killing his roommate.
Okay.
Because he was taking too long in the bathroom.
Well, let me tell you, if
Sorry about that. My tummy.
if that was a reason to stab somebody, look,
Till you be taking too long in the bathroom.
just knock on the door and let me know. Like, hey, brother, I need to use the fucking bathroom. Like, no.
Well, they said it was like a shelter,
Did he kill him? Oh,
a
okay.
temporary shelter.
Okay, now that changes the game. Because yeah, you get in the shelters. First of all, some of them people get a little crazy.
Yeah.
And second of all, people do be doing petty shit when it comes to being in the shelter. So
He was wiping his booty with one sheet per
so
per wipe.
you never know what happens when it comes to that. Did he didn't kill him, did he?
He killed him.
Oh wow. He
Yeah.
was like shit everywhere.
Literally.
That's not funny.
It's not, but you made it funny, my brother. Hey, but some people just it don't take much to just set you off.
Oh yeah. Speaking of somebody that got a temper,
Allegedly.
allegedly,
I had to weave that bitch.
allegedly, Megan Thee Stallion has a temper, man.
Yeah, this she just broke up with her boyfriend.
Or he just broke up with
Or
her.
he broke up with her.
Uh-huh.
They broke up. I'm not gonna say who broke up with who. 'Cause
Okay.
I ain't trying to get sued. Allegedly,
Allegedly.
they broke up.
You throw allegedly out there, you can say anything.
Yeah. It's like no homo.
Yeah. You can say anything after that.
Yeah. So, but the internet has its speculations of why they broke up.
What is the internet speculating?
Then Meg like to put her hands on these dudes.
she was beating his ass.
She choke slammed that motherfucker.
Bro, let me tell
All
you.
6'8" of her.
Let me tell you, Mary. First of all, that's a big lady. And
That's a huge. Nah. I think she like 5. She's 5'10".
which is a big lady.
Yeah. It's like that's not even average. That's another thing.
She's
I
taller
noticed.
than me.
Look, have you ever noticed how much taller you are than other people?
Yes.
Because I'm 6 foot And
Are you?
like, bitch, yes, I am. Like I went to like Home Depot one time,
Yeah.
and like it was some Mexican guys in there, and I was like,
Man,
these motherfuckers
they be short.
are tiny.
Yeah, between yeah, we
but
not
they
gonna,
like average height.
we gonna say Latino. We not gonna say
No, they were actually Mexican.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but,
I actually went up to them and asked them what they were. They said they were Mexican.
yeah, but yeah,
They
between
said,
see, we gonna get canceled. You fucking around, but no. Between Mexicans and Asians, man, they be shorter, bro.
Yeah.
And I be looking like, man, y'all are.
There be some short black dudes out here too.
Yeah, no, I work with a couple of them. We
Like, damn.
like, bro,
You sure you supposed to be here?
like, did you not eat enough fucking vegetables
your
growing up? You ain't had no spinach, bro.
Man, I say your nephew. I told you last week he came out to the door.
Motherfucker's huge.
I was like,
You thought it was me,
I
didn't
thought
you?
it was you. I was talking to him, hey, what's up, bitch? Oh, my bad, man. I didn't even know this.
I didn't even know you was a
I
kid.
ain't even call you this, brother. I'm sorry.
Nah, but she out here putting her hands on people, man. Let me tell you, in 2022, you put your hands on me, one or two things happening depending on the situation. I'm either passing that lick back, I don't give a fuck who you are, or I'm calling them cops. So,
I'm definitely the call the cops. I might
in a relationship,
I
yeah,
might
I'm
let you slide.
no.
No, I'm definitely not staying
No.
in that space.
No, you going to jail. I don't give a fuck about it. You call me what you want. You going to jail.
Hey, I can't blame you for that, brother.
Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be either you or me,
Whoever
and
gets-
I can't go to jail.
Mike Epps said, whoever gets to the fall first,
And it's gonna be me.
the other one going to jail.
Because you gonna call 911. I'm just gonna call dispatch. I'm gonna get him first.
Hey, I got this. Got Roy Jones Jr. down here. She's over here beating my ass.
I got me. It changed now. I got Meg over here. Meg with the knees. She over here kneeing people, man. Which brings us to the topic of apologies versus changed behavior, man.
Allegedly, she's been known for doing this. Let me put that out there
yeah.
Before
And
get sued by somebody.
so I heard a good somebody made a good statement. It was on another podcast that I listened to, and they was like, you can't apologize to me too many times before I stop accepting your apologies, because the best apology is changed behavior. How you feel about it?
Definitely. Even from a spiritual standpoint, when you ask for forgiveness from God,
You can't keep
just
doing the same
going
shit.
back to doing the same shit. I have a feeling like he's just up there like, all right, this motherfucker.
I ain't motherfucker.
You said that 2 years ago. And you still out here fucking these hoes.
Boom, STD.
God, please. Let this be a hair bump. If you just let this be a hair bump this time, I promise.
This time, I promise. Next weekend, I won't do it again.
Like, oh, it's a hair bump. I'm out here fucking these bitches. Nah.
If y'all can see the dance that X just did in the background, yo, we got to get this
man.
video. That shit was funny.
But yeah, it's definitely you can't keep doing the same thing over and over.
You can't.
It comes to a certain point where you be like, all right, that's just who you are,
Or you doing the shit on purpose.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. You just
Like you don't give a fuck about.
yeah, so fuck me, huh?
So
All right.
fuck me, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you what, brother. I kind of forgot what I was talking about.
You was talking about change behavior.
Change behavior. That's what it was. Yeah. Definitely. I prefer change behavior. Because I mean, you can say you sorry all day,
Yeah.
but if you just gonna keep on doing the same thing, it's like, all right, it is what it is.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I feel like it's a spit in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I tell you that I'm going, I'm late every time, but next time I'm gonna be on time, and then I'll be late that time, and then the next time I'm gonna be on time.
Hey, brother.
No, you just don't give a fuck about my time.
Hey, brother, I didn't want to put that out there.
But yeah, so when it comes to that, do certain people get passes?
Definitely. I think certain family members, they get passes.
Yeah. Because you can't get rid of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you can, but they still gonna be your family at the end of the day.
yeah. I'm adopted. Sometimes. No, I'm just messing around. I love all my family. Certain people do get passes. certain friends, and I think those friends that are really close to you, like when you were saying like people with time and stuff like that, you just learn to accept like, okay,
They gonna be late.
They gonna be late.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So when I invite you, I'm going to invite you an hour ahead of time so that you be there on time.
Well, not me, because I'm always on time.
Well, I'm just speaking in general stuff. And we have our friends like that, and then we have our friends like we invite out and stuff, and then at the last minute
They gonna cancel.
They just cancel and be like, all right, it is what it is. Still love you and everything.
Nah, I'll stop inviting your ass after that. Like,
But yeah, you can get to that point where you be like, you know what, I'm just not gonna invite you
Yeah.
and stuff. It don't feel no type of way when I don't invite you. But
Right.
when you there, be there, enjoy it. It's still all love. But,
Yeah.
you know, I ain't gonna waste this energy and cause no issues. What
Right.
about you?
I mean, I feel the same way. Certain people definitely get passes. Now, the thing about it is, don't take that pass for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
just because, you know, I'd be like, all right, you know, I get it, I understand. Hey, you know, move past it.
Mm,
Like, don't take that and be like, oh, I can do this shit all the time.
yeah.
Because even though people get passes, at some point you get tired of the shit. And it's gonna get to the point to where you like, nah, motherfucker, like I feel like at this point you just don't care about me
Yeah.
as an individual. So we gonna have to let this thing go.
Yeah. I hate ending friendship stuff. And I'm a very forgiving person, and it takes me a very long time to get to that point where I be like, you know what, forget you.
I feel like it does for me as well, especially because I don't keep a lot of random relationships.
Mhm.
So like most of the relationships in my life mean something.
Yeah.
So I don't usually, and I said it in an earlier episode. If I cut you off, you gave me the scissors, because I don't like. I'll give you every chance in the world, until it's just like I said, blatant disrespect. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like until I just feel like this person does not mean me well,
Mhm.
then I'm gonna have to let it go.
Yeah.
So I guess does it depend on the severity of the action?
Definitely. I think some things you just can't come back from. Like, you know, the one person that I just like,
Despise.
yes, it is. Like, I keep on saying like it's on site when I see this person,
Yeah.
but I don't even think it's gonna be on site. It's just like
I'm gonna look past you.
I don't fuck with you. You don't mean shit to me.
Yeah.
But people just like always bring that person up, and it's always asking me where this person is, and I'm like,
I don't fucking know.
fuck this person. And I'm just gonna say this person because I want people mind them to want it. Be like, oh my God, is it me? Because I know people be listening.
Man, I don't think I have.
It's probably not you if you're listening.
Yeah, and it's definitely not you if you're listening. I don't think I have anybody that's on the list like that. Like a list that I just be like, when I see you, I'm probably either gonna slap your dumb ass or cuss you out.
I used to be on your list.
You said. Man, the people don't know that.
That's what we was supposed. That was on the docket the other
We were
day.
supposed to talk about that last week. I didn't like X when I first met him. I don't think he necessarily liked me either.
No, brother. Let me tell you something. I just didn't care about you.
Oh well, yeah, that could be it. But I ain't like your ass. You was
I find that a lot of people don't like me when they first meet me.
you was one of the people I was gonna whoop your ass. I was like, man, when we finish this process, I'm gonna whoop X ass. But yeah, we grew to be really close friends, man. So
Yeah, man. I definitely appreciate it.
yeah, definitely. Which you know, I think everything. Let me ask you this: do you feel like time heals all wounds?
I think it can, but I think both people have to be willing to put that work in to heal those wounds.
Now, do you think that the scars, do you think that the scars will ever not be there, or do you think that, you know, like you can heal a wound, but you still feel it?
I think that it's always gonna be there, like the memory of it.
Yeah.
I I think you just have to do the work to kind of cope with it and make it look pretty,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Because, like, even I still have my insecurities about not being good enough and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I told you, I've gotten in contact with my biological father, and I think you have to put everything out there. Because when we first talked, I said, "Hey, I'm no longer angry at you.
Yeah.
I don't have no beef at you. I don't hate you. If you want to be in my life, you can be in my life. If you don't, then that's cool. But
Yeah.
I'm putting it all out there. I'm getting older. I'm trying to learn how to love people and be loved and feel like I'm good enough. And in order to do that, I have to forgive you for this.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to rock after that, that's on you. But you just have to be willing to do the work.
Yeah. Speaking of, we talked about, and I guess when it comes to, that particular subject, we talked about like people having preferences, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we talked. I think we came up with there was a good phrase we had a couple of episodes back. That was like, somebody's it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. Could be somebody else's happily ever after, right?
Yeah.
And so we talk about preferences. Now, you said you watched the podcast earlier this week, and it was talking about. I guess the dude said that they couldn't date a dark woman.
Well, quote unquote, they said we don't do darkies.
Okay.
Or we're not night riders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay. So first of all, colorism, because I think colorism has been a thing. Like,
It's always been the thing.
well, when I say a thing, I
It's
feel
just
like
beginning.
people have been throwing that word out there a lot within the last 2 to 3 years. Which I had never really heard it growing up. Like, I never heard the word actually until recently.
But you have experienced the colorism.
Yeah. Yeah, it's now let me tell you. I'm light skinned, brother. And it's
that's that light skin shit.
it's always a light skin versus dark skin thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never get it, bro, because I'm just like, do it really matter at the end of the day? And now, do you think it's a double standard, guys versus girls?
I definitely do.
Because I don't hear a lot of we make jokes back and forth about
Yeah.
light skin versus dark skin as far as being dudes.
I think in the guy realm it's more of a. Well, I wouldn't know because I'm like right there in the middle.
Yeah.
People don't consider me dark
Or light skin. Yeah.
But I hear it, like, think that the lighter that you are, the softer that you are as a
Yeah.
man. I think that's the most that you'll hear.
Yeah, it's always like a joke.
Yeah, but it's nothing too serious.
Yeah, but I feel like for women, it's a whole big ordeal. Like,
Yeah,
because especially so, let's say in the entertainment industry, right? They always say like the lighter chicks always get the better parts or the better. Even in the music industry, like I think one of the age old things was about Destiny's Child and Beyonce, right? Because a lot of people say that Kelly could have been the breakout star, but she wasn't bright enough.
brother. Yeah,
So
or even if they made Beyonce brighter when she started doing her makeup commercials and everything like that. Yeah, it's I mean, I definitely know that it exists.
Yeah.
But as far as, I guess you were saying on the double standard side, as far as guys having their preference of the light versus dark.
Yeah, but I don't think it's necessarily just me personally, because in the group of friends that we talk about, like in our group of boys, I feel like it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Some people
Well,
some
up
people
and down
prefer
spectrum.
some people prefer light skinned chicks to date. Some people prefer dark skinned chicks to date. Some people don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So now preference versus let me ask this. Do you think that a lot of people are want to be victimized these days. Like they're wanting to be the victim in a lot of situations.
Definitely, I do think we have a victimhood Olympics going on. That every group wants to feel like they're the most oppressed.
Yeah.
And I think once we start getting to that point, it kind of dilutes it. That when you actually have an issue, it's like, oh my God, all y'all do is
It's like the
complain.
cry wolf.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
and
Like,
stuff. Yeah.
if you're always the fucking victim, then at some point I'm gonna probably stop listening to what you say.
Yeah. And that's what kind of what I talked about the other day when we were over here about people putting their adjectives in front of being black
Yeah.
and stuff, but I was zooted out my damn mind and I couldn't get my thoughts through. That we try to compete in all these different subgroups.
Yeah.
So people are saying, "Oh, I'm gay first," or "I'm a man first," "I'm a woman first," and then you kind of join those other subgroups, and it kind of washes out the thing that we have in common.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. I think it sometimes it kind of stops or hinders the progression
Yeah,
as the culture because everybody wants to be everything else first, and it's like, well, maybe we can focus on this particular agenda and then everything after that
Yeah.
will follow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
they ain't gonna do shit but use us, and then when it comes back to our
let me tell
issues,
you, we definitely talked about
let me
that.
tell you, brother, we went from preferences to being black.
well, and that's the thing about this podcast and in our friendship, man. This is what we do normally. Like, we are random in conversation.
Yeah.
We will touch many different topics, and so it ain't gonna change for the show. we gonna be all over the place, and I think the people that do listen to us, they appreciate that because they travel on that train with us.
Yeah, that's definitely keep you on your toes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we and I don't even want to say we in the victimhood Olympics. I will agree with you there because I think everybody wants to be the victim this day and age, and I don't know why. But I don't want to discredit the way people feel either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Definitely.
people do deal with many different oppressions.
We all have a different struggle.
Yeah.
They cannot be compared to.
And I actually heard a radio show. I was just flipping through the radio stations, and I ended up on
Heaven 97.
no.
KHBN.
I ended up on they I got on one channel and it was basically I don't even want to say heavy Republican,
Okay.
but they were talking about how great America is, and they don't understand why people complain. And if you look at these other countries, people are doing way worse than we are, and we everybody should be basically happy and go lucky. And here's the thing. Yes, America is a great country, as far as the amount of freedom we have, as far as the amount of privilege we have, but they are saying that because white privilege supersedes all of it. And that you could say, oh, that's being the victim, that's blah, blah, but it's not.
It is what it is. It's
Yeah.
just-
It does happen. And so, I just, like I said, I don't want to ever take away somebody's struggle because you don't identify with it.
Yeah.
Because if that were the case, then people wouldn't identify with the struggles of us being black and having issues that we have. So, but back to the colorism, because we did go all the way around the world. I definitely can see colorism being a thing, but I don't think it is. I think that people blow it up more so in the black community by using it. Sometimes using it as a scapegoat, like sometimes saying that, because I'm darker, I didn't get this opportunity, and it's like, sometimes you just weren't qualified.
Well, in the dating world, and you was talking about double standards, do you think that women are more laxed on their preferences versus guys?
Hell no. Hell no.
Okay.
I think women actually have more preferences.
Okay.
And I think that okay, so we talked about this a little while back. How men have to have leagues
Okay.
and women don't necessarily have to. They don't feel that they have to abide by that as well.
Gotcha.
And when I say that, so I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was like, yeah, you shouldn't settle for anything. It was basically talking to a woman like, you shouldn't settle for anything. You shouldn't, settling is that's not what we doing in 2022. And I thought about that, and I was like, well, no. From a personal standpoint, you got to understand what you bringing to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And
They are the table.
And see, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. You got to understand what you bringing to the table, and if you're not bringing the full package to the table, then don't expect the full package on the other side. And I think that's where it comes from for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say, like, for me, for instance, right? I can't say that, oh, I'm only gonna date fit chicks and chicks that be in the gym all the time when I'm sitting at 300 pounds. Like, that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey.
I mean, could it happen? Yes. But at the same time, like, you got to understand what you bring to the table as well.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say, I feel like as a woman, you can't be like, oh, I want this 6-figure dude, and I got you sitting out here with as a liability, and you're not bringing nothing to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Had a feeling where I think you was gonna go somewhere, but you kind of tried to.
Cleaned it up. Yeah, but you can't be a liability and expect,
Yeah. It may be different for you because you so anti relationship.
I'm not. I'm not at all.
Anti-marriage.
I'm not at all. I support everybody around me. I just don't think it's for me.
Well, I'm saying in the personal aspect for you. I don't think guys put too much into salary. Well, I don't.
We don't.
Because I'll be like,
we don't.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
But when I use that reference,
that you can take care of yourself.
Yeah, but when I use that reference, it wasn't necessarily the money aspect. It was just what came to mind. But when I say that, I just say, like, you gotta evaluate yourself and look inward and see what you bring to the table first before you start saying, "Oh, I'm not settling. Yeah, I'm not settling for this. I'm not doing this." All right, well, you're gonna be alone.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Some people said they settled when they weren't with me, and I feel like it wasn't really a settle. I mean, it is what it is.
We moved on.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, brother, we gonna wrap it up.
That's the fuck I get.
Just go. Yeah, it comes right in my ear too.
Hey, let me say this.
Okay.
I don't think too many people know who Tatiana is. If you go look at my stuff, we can communicate. You don't have to just look and disappear. I just had to say that.
Okay, I don't know what that was in reference to, but
it's in reference to Tatiana.
Oh, okay. Oh well, hey, reach out.
I'm not trying to get the old thing back or anything like that, but just if you got something to say it to me.
Well, say it.
Stop telling people I'm sending you news.
Not
her, but people.
You stupid man. We gonna wrap it up with a top list for this week. What we just doing the top one, man. What's the top reason that this goes along with our topic? What's the top reason that you would cut somebody off?
Tell them that I sent them nude. Now, the top reason I guess it would be if we going back to what we talked earlier is just unchanged behavior.
Okay.
Lying is the big one. Or no. I would say lying on me or trying to ruin me.
Got it. Yeah, I think that's a good a valid reason.
What about you?
For me, man, I think it's hard to say the top, but I think one of the tops for me is stealing from me, man. In any
That's a big
capacity.
one.
In any capacity. And that we can go, yeah, we can break that down into a lot of different things. But
Stealing your jaw.
catch his fade. But yeah, I'll just say I'm a when you are in my close circle, I will give the shirt off my back. I will go above and beyond to help the people out around me.
Nice with her.
Unless it's nice weather. I'll go above and beyond to help the people around me. So my thing is, you can just ask for it. You don't have to steal. Like so that will probably be one of my top for cutting people off. So listeners out there, y'all tell us, what's your top reason to cut somebody off? We definitely want to hear from you. Thank you for all the shot callers, man. We love y'all.
For real.
Shout out to our boy that lost his grandmother, man. This episode is for her. We love you, brother, and we got your back.
Definitely.
Other than that, you can agree with us. You can disagree with us. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Fuck you. Damn, that was aggressive that time.
At the end of the day, that's just our 2 cents on it, man. Y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all next week.
All right.